go. Oh, she's fucking hooks it. Look at us go. We're flying on this camera. Oh my gosh. I've never seen a car move so fast in my life. The drone can't keep up with it. Oh my God. People keep asking me how the GWM goes towing, and I just want to show you. Right, there's the big dog on the back of it. Oh, it's big. Big ute. Big van. Right. It goes all good. It goes good, alright. I'll show you me driving it. You want to see me driving it? Of course you do. Let's go. GWM Canon L. What a beast. I get asked questions about this GWM everywhere we go. And we get sent messages and stuff asking questions, and I try to like do a little bit of a movie on I don't know what we think about it and everything. The biggest question is reliability and stuff, and you know, we're up to 8,300 kilometers, most of that being towing this 3-ton Caravan behind us, and still no issues to report. I do get asked about it a lot, and yeah, it's still going great. Everything's doing its thing. Recently somebody asked me, because I did do a movie of the car, I don't know, about a month ago or so. Confidence is built a little bit more now. So the way I drive it is I leave it in sport mode, in auto, and now I just drive it. I don't use the paddles anymore. I think I've got the, I don't know, I've just built up confidence in driving, and I just leave it in drive now. It rarely flicks to 8th gear because it knows it's towing kind of thing. So unless you're like on a really nice smooth road, it will flick to 8th. Otherwise it just stays in 7th usually when you're doing about 90 to 100 Ks. That's usually my average speed, 90 to 100. If you come over here, babe, average fuel, 17.5 litres. Now that's a really true average fuel. I have got it, you know, I've had it down to 11 as the lowest I think I've seen it at. That was a lot of downhills and stuff in perfect conditions, no wind and everything. And I've had it as high as sort of low 20s. It just depends on how I'm driving. Like right now, 17.4 is probably a really, really good average, but I'm towing 3-ton. It's windy, it's a bumpy road, and there's heaps of hills right now. So that's sort of a good guide for you. This is the next day after recording yesterday's stuff, but I just wanted to show you, this has been 100 Ks an hour the whole way. A little bit flatter than what I was on yesterday, but just come round and we're on 15.8, the average fuel. You can see that, that's been on 15.8, I don't know, for about half an hour.
Do you use paddle shift at all? If downshifting for engine braking with a van?
Oh, I've been on some steep hills where I do downshift a little bit, but I don't know, the car's pretty smart. When you get on the brakes, it does downshift itself. But there's definitely been some times where I've used the paddles on a downhill, but I swear in the last few thousand Ks, I've just been in drive and letting it do its thing. It just does it now. Same with DPF burns. The DPF burns, in my last video, I'm like, and this was because of Facebook pages, I was like, oh, you got to downshift in a 7th and hold it above 2,000 RPM and do all this crap. Now the DPF burns happen and I just leave it alone. I don't touch anything, just drive the car. Even with towing the van, I just put it in drive now and just drive it in sport mode. Yeah. Yep.
I think a good tip for me personally would be to hit up those pages because they have helped you. Obviously there's other experienced people drive, do you know what I mean? Like there's other drivers out there with other opinions, so they've helped you. Yeah, whether or not you post in there or not, you could just be a quiet little background person just to watch all the tips, because there's quite a few.
I think it's GWM Owners Australia, and there's about 10,000 followers or likes or whatever now. That's it's a good community. There is some people that are a bit obnoxious that, like, if you ask a question they do give you shit, but mostly people are very helpful. I try to be helpful on there, but a lot of my answers is just drive it, she'll be right kind of thing. But yeah, people are worried about the DPF burns. It seems to be like the biggest concern for people, but the only time you hear about a DPF problem is when somebody actually has an issue and they're all worried and they're on the side of the road and something's happened. But with every make of car, there's going to be issues, so I wouldn't like necessarily be like, oh shit, the GWM does DPF burns, don't buy it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they all, pretty much every single one of them does it. But now that I've gotten used to it, you just let it do its thing.
Do you use driving aids like lane assist? Do you try and turn that off, which you've said?
I've said that on the last video. Lane keep assist is something I turn off every time I drive, even without the Caravan on now. I've gotten used to not having it.
I leave it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Each to their own.
I thought it was a really fun feature at the start because I was like, oh look, I'm driving with no hands. This is awesome. Look what I can do, mummy. But it's, with the Caravan on, it's actually dangerous.
It is
it's
really bad
so
with the
bad.
Caravan on. If I was to drive with the Caravan, which I really probably won't, let's be real, I would turn it off. It is really weird. But on its own, it's light enough for you to just, I don't know, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers him.
Yeah, I've just got used to just turning it off now. Because you'll be using the van and you move across a little bit because the truck's going past, whatever, and this thing will just move you back into it. And yeah, that's, I don't know, it's just weird. It's unsafe.
Dangerous, yeah.
It should be, if you plug in a Caravan, that should turn off automatically.
It should, yeah, it's not. Yeah, I agree.
It's super unsafe, yeah.
But it's just easy to turn it off. It's not a big issue, really.
Yeah, it's just a press of a button. Boop. But yeah, easy.
What tow mirrors are you using?
All right, my towing mirrors. What's
Mile & Co? Mill & Co?
It might be a brand of them. I don't know what brand they are. I actually got these off Marketplace for like 15 bucks. The reason I got them is somebody did keep asking me, are you going to get towing mirrors? If it was up to me,
Isn't it legality?
Yeah, to be legal, you got to have towing mirrors. I was never fussed about it. These do bounce around in the wind and stuff and whatever. But I have, since I've fitted them, I've found them super actually really helpful. Because you can see heaps more next to you. But they're just a random, literally a $15 find or $10, I can't remember. But on Facebook Marketplace, I picked them up in the Blue Mountains somewhere, put them on, and now it's all legal. So it's all good, but I don't know what brand they are. They're just easy. They just strap around the mirror, one little strap, and you tighten up the crap. And I don't know, I just go cheap on the mirrors, but I don't know, some people
They all do the same thing, and you felt like you didn't need them. Obviously they're handy now that they're on.
Yeah.
But I think you just whack on any old mirror and they're sweet. But again, personal preference, each to your own.
Yeah, well, some people want the perfect mirror.
Yeah, I do get that.
Happy to spend the money, but I just couldn't justify spending money on something that...
We're the Kmart version of pretty much everyone you see on Facebook.
Do you think I bought a GWM because I'm rich or something? I picked the GWM because it was a beautiful car in the budget. Like, unbelievable. I didn't have to buy a second-hand Ute. I got to buy a brand new car with 7 years warranty for 43 grand. Like, I was so happy that we're able to do that. But if I could afford the $100,000 version of this, you know, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, if you can, why not?
Yeah, if that was in my mind, I'm like, well, I'll go and buy the brand new whatever. I'd be a Hilux. I wouldn't be buying a Ranger. Everyone wants a Ranger. I'd be in a Hilux for sure. But it's just, yeah.
If you are looking for something cheap and reliable and worthy of its money and everything, with all the add-ons like warranty
feature,
and everything, get this 100%. If you're looking for ways around money and stuff, get this one 100%. It's going to do the job.
Yeah.
How's the trans going? Does it hunt for transmission?
No.
Does it hunt for gears, and have you put an oil cooler on it?
I haven't put any transmission cooler on it. Mind you, I haven't hit any real hot days or anything yet.
Oh, true.
I just don't think it's going to be an issue. Once again, if I start mucking around with transmission coolers and I start fitting stuff to the car, I like to keep everything stock. This thing's got 7 years warranty. I don't want to change anything. GWM says I can tow 3 ton. I'll tow 3 ton with it. If something goes wrong, that's GWM's warranty.
Sorry guys, wobbly.
Hey?
Gone bouncing.
Oh, bouncing around. So, no, I haven't fitted any trans coolers. No, it doesn't hunt for gears. It just drives. I haven't had any issues with anything random like that. It just does its thing. This gearbox is probably one of the smartest features of the car. It really does well. On one of my videos on YouTube, somebody has asked me, have I got everything loaded wrong? Like, why is the steering wheel going like this, right? This entire trip has been so windy, and the roads are shocking. So I'm constantly correcting this thing. That's 3 ton behind us. The car weighs what, 2 ton? So the van is heavier than the car. So the wind pushes that huge box on the back around. If you've ever towed a 3 ton full size caravan like that, you know that when the wind hits it, it needs correcting. So like, oh, there we go, there's a perfect piece of road. Nice and easy. But the wind, when the wind hits, like it is windy out there, when the wind hits, it does need a bit of correcting. So I am constantly, I don't know, steering the car straight. There's bumps all on the roads, there's constant potholes. So you do...
Oh, the potholes.
The potholes, the roads are shit. But yeah, it might look like I'm super
like
correcting, but it's windy.
How's the suspension handling the extra weight? Have you put helper springs on it or upgraded the leaf springs, or is she all stock? Like you said before, all stock. All stock.
I keep the car completely stock. The suspension is fine. Some people have mentioned that it's soft in the front. Yeah, if you hit a big bump, it's, I don't know, it's a bit soft in the front. But if it's all rigid and you don't have the Caravan on, it's going to be the worst ride ever. So you want it to be a bit soft. So when we're driving without the van on, it drives really nicely.
Yeah.
Like it's a really nice ride. It's not bouncing around all over the place. Look at her, she gets a little bit dirty. But everything's going sweet. The step in the rear tailgate is one of my favourite features. Oh, jump up there, boy. Look how good that is. Huh? Jump up and down. Strong as. You can jump up and down on this step if you wanted to.
Okay.
Look how strong this thing is. We've used that everywhere, haven't we?
Yeah.
We love it. Good step. Alright, I am in the passenger seat today. Danika's having a beautiful drive. What do you think, babe? Is this your first drive of the car?
No.
Nah, Danika drives all the time. So yeah, she drives with the lane keep assist on. And one thing with the L, when you have the lane keep assist on, you don't get any of the other features. Like you don't get to see like the fuel readings and all that kind of gear. You've got to turn lane keep assist off to be able to see any of that. So that's a bit of a weird thing. So that's probably something a little bit annoying, but as I said, I turn that lane keep assist off any time. So you to turn it off, this button here brings up this. You can press lane support system and then lane keep assist, that one off, done. Back to Android Auto so we can see the GPS. She's a bit bumpy. It's a really, really nice car. My impression when we test drove the car was, I looked at Danika and I said, this feels like we can't afford this because it just feels too nice. Like it doesn't feel like a regular dual cab ute where it's just got really basic everything. Like just got this huge multimedia system, and I don't know, just the way they've done the dash and the interior and everything's like, I don't know, just super nice. Heaps of space back here for the kids. Finny's just relaxing back here with Ava. They're having a little play on their phones, which they deserve. They've been playing really good all morning, so they deserve that. Down at our beach camp. I do want to do a 0 to 100. I might get Danika to do that for us to show you how quickly the car does 0 to 100, because people have mentioned that it's slow, and I assure you that it's not.
The lagging that everyone talks about.
Yeah, the lag. Like I don't even feel that. If you've ever driven like a 2010 or 2009 model Mitsubishi Triton, that is lag. This thing does not lag anywhere near like what that thing used to. It's got turbo lag, exists in pretty much every turbo car, and it's something you just get used to. But this thing, it doesn't do it. The boost comes on pretty hard. I don't know, you get that tiny bit, but once you're used to it in like 4 seconds, you're all good. But yeah, we'll show Danika doing a 0 to 100, and then we'll probably wrap this video up, alright?
Right.
This isn't uphill, but we're sort of struggling to find a spot to show you the 0 to 100. We're going to start off even from the dirt. Go on, Danika, show them what you're made of.
Nothing?
Yeah, show them what you're made of.
Why do you always put me under pressure?
And then just dump it and go. Look at that. Oh, we're losing everything. Wipers even turned on by themselves.
Fuck's sake.
The drone just flew off the dashboard because of all the G-force. Oh, look at that. We're flying. We're not going slow. 100, boom. 0 to 100 in 1 second.
1 second, you reckon?
That was fast, yeah? Jeez, faster than all these guys. That was awesome. Don't think you got hit in the face with a drone.
Is it alright?
Yeah. I forgot the drone was up there. I was like, when we do this, I'll move everything and I'll like make sure that it's all good. Nothing's gonna fly off the dashboard. My bad. We don't often do big squirts of power like that.
It's disgusting.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up our review on the GWM. If you have any questions at all, I would love to answer them. So make sure you ask me. Send it down here, send it on Instagram, whatever. Wheels by the Ocean, hook in. See you later, guys.